Hey, welcome. Today we are going to be filming the very best of Charlotte Tilbury. If you are new to my channel, hi, my name is Jess. I'm a freelance makeup artist, but I previously worked for Charlotte Tilbury for almost 3 years at the counter, so I'm really experienced with the line. I have worked with all of Charlotte's products for years, and during that time, some products that I loved are now on my dislike list, and some products that I disliked are now on my love list. And I've really had a lot of time with all of the products in order to figure out how to use them properly, how to use them the way that I like to use them to get the best out of them. And so these are my top 5 favorite Charlotte Tilbury products that I cannot live without. That was kind of the way I chose these products. I had to make the criteria basically, what from the Charlotte Tilbury brand can I not live without? What from the Charlotte Tilbury brand will I always go back and repurchase once I use it all up? Because there are a lot of Charlotte Tilbury products that I love that I'm not going to talk about today, like her Eyes to Mesmerize eyeshadows, her Spotlight highlighter pen. Those are amazing, but I couldn't honestly tell myself that once I use up what I have of those products that I would go out and purchase them again, rather than try a similar product from a different brand. So these 5 products that I'm going to talk about today are my must-have, will always repurchase Charlotte Tilbury products. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up so that more people can see it too, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos. Let's get into it. Okay guys, so the first product that I'm going to talk about today is Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Cream. If you know me, then you knew that this was going to be my #1 Charlotte Tilbury product because I talk about it all the time. And whenever people would ask me at the counter, what's your favorite thing from the brand, I would always say Magic Cream. It wasn't always that way, but after using it for years now, I can definitely say that this is a product that I absolutely love and cannot live without. So first of all, if Charlotte does anything well, it's her packaging. Charlotte kills the packaging game. This product looks beautiful sitting on my vanity. You feel really bougie and elegant and classy when you pick it up to use it. I know not everybody loves having moisturizer in a jar, and yes, putting your fingers in your moisturizer can create bacteria growth in your cream. But for me, when I'm putting my moisturizer on, I've always just washed my face, so my hands are clean, and I'm the only one sticking my fingers in there anyways. So having it in the pot, in the jar, instead of in a squeeze tube doesn't bother me. The texture of Magic Cream I find really unique. A lot of people compare it to Pond's, which is a moisturizer from the drugstore. I find Magic Cream a little bit thicker than Pond's. Pond's is a little bit more lightweight. I think they kind of have a similar smell, and I think maybe that's where the comparison comes from. I'm not really sure, but I really cannot do my makeup without putting Magic Cream on first, and neither can Charlotte. Charlotte would never do a makeup without starting with Magic Cream. It gives the perfect base to put foundation over top of. The cream sinks in and hydrates your skin and makes your skin really plump and fresh and awake, but it leaves a little bit of moisture sort of on the top of your skin as well. It doesn't all absorb in right away, so that when you then go in with your foundation, the foundation is able to blend really easily over top of the cream, and everything just sits together really nicely on top of the skin. I feel like I need Magic Cream in my life. There are a few key ingredients in here. So vitamin A, C, and E, camellia oil, hyaluronic acid. There is an SPF 15. It's a zinc oxide SPF, I do believe. I definitely feel like Magic Cream keeps my skin really nice and plump and tight and elastic. It gives me a beautiful glow underneath my makeup, and I cannot live without it. The next product that I'm going to talk about is Charlotte's Light Wonder Foundation. So for the first year that I started working at Charlotte Tilbury, I loved Magic Foundation. She has 2 foundations in her line. Light Wonder was the original, and then she came out with Magic Foundation. When I first started working at Charlotte, I had oily skin, and I thought I needed a matte foundation that was more full coverage to cover my breakouts, and I loved Magic Foundation, and I still really do like Magic Foundation, but I would definitely try some other medium coverage foundations, more matte foundations after I finished with that. In terms of a lightweight foundation that gives a really beautiful coverage and a really healthy glow, nothing really beats Light Wonder Foundation. If you have dry skin, if you have mature skin, you are going to absolutely love Light Wonder foundation. It glides over top of dry patches or fine lines, and I have oily, acne prone skin and I still love Light Wonder foundation, and I'll tell you why. I feel like it absolutely does not emphasize any of my texture. I have a really bad breakout going on right now and you cannot even see it, even though this is a light coverage foundation. It really just glides over top of that texture and it just looks like skin. If you want a foundation that's not gonna look like foundation, that's gonna just look like your skin is really even and fresh and hydrated and glowy, you want to get your hands on Light Wonder foundation. This is definitely a great foundation for every day. This is my day-to-day foundation. If I am doing a full glam makeup and I want it to be really long wearing and I want it to kind of control my oil a little bit more, like if I'm going out or I'm going to an event where we're going to be taking lots of pictures, then I use a more full coverage, more mattifying foundation like my Dior Forever foundation. But for an everyday foundation, for me, Light Wonder foundation is the one. I really love the packaging. So I use this foundation on myself at home, and I also recently purchased this foundation for my freelance makeup kit as well. The packaging is great for having in your kit. It's really compact and you actually get 10 mil more in Light Wonder foundation than you do in other standard foundations. So there's 40 mil in here, whereas typical foundation comes with 30 ml. Yeah, so the packaging is quite small and compact, even though you're getting more. It's plastic, so it's not heavy in my kit or in your makeup bag if you're carrying your foundation around with you, so really good for travel. Also, we talked about hygiene with the Magic Cream. This is really hygienic, so it has the nice little squeeze tube. You can control the amount of foundation that you're putting out. If you have a pump, you're just getting a full pump of foundation, whether you need all of that or not. With this one, you can control how much foundation is coming out onto your hand. It's a really beautiful, lightweight texture. You can see the texture of the foundation is really liquidy. It's just really lightweight, hydrating, glowy, natural, luminous, all of the things you want from foundation, and I highly recommend this foundation for all skin types, honestly. In saying that, if you do have oily skin and you are wearing this and you need it to last all day, you're gonna want a good powder to set your makeup with so that it is a little bit more long wearing. And the next product I'm going to talk to kind of speaks to that. This is Charlotte's Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powder. Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powder is really unique. It's jet milled 3 times, so the powder is super, super finely milled. It just disappears into the skin, which gives that beautiful airbrushed effect. There's also an almond oil and a rose wax in here. So what that does is it prevents your skin from feeling dry. So with Charlotte, everything is all about making the skin look really glowy and hydrated and fresh. We do a lot of work to build up the appearance of that. So we've put on our Magic Cream, which leaves a healthy glow to the skin. We've added our Light Wonder foundation, which is a dewy, glowy foundation. If we were to just take a super mattifying powder and cover our entire faces in that powder, we're gonna lose all of the glow that we've been working so hard to build up. So Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powder does a great job of setting your makeup without taking away the glow and the luminosity to your skin. I use shade number 1 underneath my eyes, between my brows and on my chin. Sometimes I also dust it down the center of my nose, and then I use shade number 2 all over the rest of my face to help set my makeup. This powder is great for people with dry skin. You can just set your concealer with it. You don't have to set the rest of your face with powder, and this will keep that concealer in place, prevent any creasing, and just give a really beautiful airbrushed effect to the skin. This is a product that I will continuously repurchase. I have never tried another powder similar to this. It's amazing for touching up. You can carry this around with you and touch up your makeup throughout the day, and it's never gonna look like you're wearing any powder on your face. It's not gonna look like you've just gone ahead and touched up your makeup. Right now, a couple times a week, I'm working at a department store, and I don't bring makeup with me to work. I just put my makeup on in the morning and I let it do its thing throughout the day. And every once in a while, if I'm going to meet someone after, I'll want to touch up the powder on my nose, because my nose is always really sweaty, so that's the first place that gets really shiny. So I've tried powders from Shuamura, Bobbi Brown, NARS, and I'll take that powder and I'll put it on my nose, and my nose looks so matte. It looks like I have so much makeup on top of my skin. This is so much better because you can touch up your makeup and it doesn't look like you've touched up your makeup. It doesn't look like you have powder sitting on top of your skin. It's really beautiful, really amazing. Can't live without, highly recommend. So we've got kind of a theme going on here. My first 4 products from my favorite Charlotte Tilbury products are all complexion. Number 4 is Charlotte Tilbury's Hollywood Flawless Filter. I'm talking about this product today, not because it's a product that I can't live without, but because it's such a unique product. I've never come across anything else like this on the market. Charlotte calls it, what does she call it? She calls it like a complexion booster. So Hollywood Flawless Filter is not a highlight, it's not a foundation. It's a multi-use product that gives your skin almost like a wet look to it. So I'm not wearing any powder highlight on my face right now, and you can see how the top of my cheekbone just glows as the light hits it. But when I turn to face you, it kind of loses that glow. Hollywood Flawless Filter catches the light so beautifully and reflects it back off of the skin. So you can use this product in multiple ways. You can wear this as a primer underneath your foundation. You could wear this like a foundation all over your face and just leave it like that. Maybe if you have super dry skin and you live in a cold climate, you could wear the product that way. If you live somewhere hot or you have like normal to medium skin, wearing this product all over your face is gonna feel like too much. But for some people, they could really like it. You can mix this with a matte foundation. If you have a matte foundation that you want to look more luminous, you can add this in with it, or you can wear it like I did today as a highlight on the high points of the face. It just gives the skin such a beautiful natural glow. It makes the skin almost look wet, and I feel like that's really the kind of highlight that people are looking for, is a lit from within kind of glow that is more of a dewy look as opposed to like a glittery or sparkly look. There's no glitter in here. It's just like a creamy texture that you pat into the high points of your face. It never really sets, so when I touch my face right here, I can feel the Flawless Filter. It's tacky. I like to put it on the high points of my face, so tops of my cheekbones, above my brow, and I like to bring it through here as well, just underneath the eye to add a little bit of reflection there to lighten and brighten. If you have more mature skin that's starting to sag a little bit, you can add a little bit more sort of to the apples of your cheeks, and that's going to help give a little bit of lift and volume. I also sometimes use this underneath my eyes, underneath my concealer. Mostly I'll just wear it on the high points on like a no makeup kind of day. So if I'm just doing really light makeup, like no foundation, I'll pop on some Flawless Filter on the high points of my face, some brow gel, a little bit of mascara, maybe a lip gloss, some under eye concealer, and then I'm good to go. I definitely recommend this if you're looking for something fun and new to introduce into your routine. If you want to have that really lit from within, sort of wet looking glow to your skin, you really need to try this product. You are going to love it. This is a product that I did not immediately love. When we did our training for it, I took the subway home from our training and I walked into the bathroom and I washed it all off my face. I hated the way that it felt all over my skin. I think it was because the artist who was putting it on me put way too much on. I mean, it was a new product, it's not her fault, we didn't know, we were just training with it, of course, but I hated the way it felt really heavy and sticky and gross. I have used it all over my face like a primer since then, and not using too much. It didn't give that same kind of like really heavy feeling, but yes, I've definitely grown to love this product. So the last thing that I'm gonna talk about, I feel like, is something that might surprise people. It's not something that I ever see on YouTube or social media. It's not something that I really see my friends using. It's something that over the past probably 6 months I've really come to love, and that is Charlotte Tilbury's Hollywood liquid lipsticks. So I've never really been a liquid lipstick kind of person. I always felt like liquid lips looked really dry on the lip. I don't know, there was just never anything about liquid lips that drew me to them. I had a few others in my collection before this one that I never really wore. I bought, is it called Miami Nights by Kathleen Lights? It was such a beautiful orangey shade and I loved Kathleen Lights, so I bought that, but I never really wore it. I had one of the Kat Von D liquid lips that I never really wear. I had a Makeup Forever liquid lip that I never really wear. And then once I started sort of building up my collection of these Charlotte Tilbury liquid lips, I found myself reaching for them more and more often. They are not completely matte, so You can see they're not transfer proof, but that makes them really comfortable to wear. Because they're not completely matte down to your lip, they're more of a creamy finish. They are really comfortable, really easy to wear. They don't dry out the lips at all, but they're also extremely long wearing. So the one that I'm wearing on my lips right now is called Scream Siren. This is probably my favorite from the collection, but I also really love Dolly Bird, Best Actress, Charlotte Darling. I'd say those are probably my favorite ones. Yeah, I just love it because it's so long wearing. So this red liquid lip I can put on in the morning before I go to work. I will be working at the counter for a whole day, 8 hours. I'll go for coffee, I'll eat my lunch, and I do not need to touch up my lipstick. It stays in place. A little bit will come off, and if I was really wanting the lipstick to look completely perfect, maybe after lunch I would touch it up, but what I'm saying is you don't have to. So they're super long wearing without drying out the lips, and I feel like that is super hard to find. I also really love the applicator on here. The applicator is really unique. I haven't seen any other brands with this applicator. It hugs the lip on your bottom lip, and then on the top you can turn the brush around and use the top part of the wand to start from your Cupid's bow and go out and down, and it just really helps get that nice straight line. You wouldn't necessarily need to even use a lip liner. I always use a lip liner, so, and I don't like the way my lipstick looks without a lip liner, so I always do. But if you don't like lip liner and you find liquid lipsticks really hard to wear because it's hard to get a straight line, the applicator on these Hollywood liquid lips will help you with that. So yeah, I really love the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood liquid lips. I've really been getting into them within the past few months, and I feel like once I run out of these lipsticks, I'm gonna go and repurchase them to make sure that they're always in my collection, because they're my go-tos right now. I grab for them anytime I need a long wear liquid lip. And even if I don't need my lipstick to last a really long time and I just want it to be easy and not have to really think about it, I go for my Hollywood liquid lips. Okay guys, so those are my top 5 can't live without, will always repurchase Charlotte Tilbury products. Leave me a comment down below telling me your favorite Charlotte Tilbury product. What can you not live without? And if you haven't tried Charlotte Tilbury yet, leave me a comment down below and let me know if you have any questions about a product that you're thinking of buying. I can let you know if I think it's worth it to pick it up or not. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.